Hey, y'all. Eric Adcock, This Awkward Life. Today is Sunday, March 22nd, 2026, and it's my attempt to do as many podcasts that I possibly can in the year of 2026. We started off, we was going to do 365, then we're going to do 300, missed a couple of days. Still think we can get 300 podcasts in this year, so I'm excited about that. Talk about where my dad liked to go fish. Now, my dad loved to take the most unorthodox routes wherever we was going. Fishing was no different. We decided, or he decided, anytime we'd go fishing, it required us to park on the side of a dirt road. And you didn't even ever see any kind of any water source at all. All we knew was going to you insert a name creek somewhere, where it's Penny Shook or Low Butcher or something like that. And we would park on the side of the road. And I'd say, where are we fishing at? Well, we're going to walk a little way across this field and through that little part over there. And then there's a body of water where this creek runs into. That's where we're going to fish. And first thing we'd cross is a barbed wire fence, and that was hazardous enough, you know. And when we got in the field, the reason there was a fence there because the field had bulls and cows in it, and they were interesting to fend off. But when you had 40-foot cane poles, it didn't matter. You just swat at them. And you're walking through, a field, and there's fire ants and snakes and all of that. And finally, after what seemed like an hour of walking, and sometimes it could have been 20 minutes, we'd come across this place, and there'd be this creek that he had found when he was a kid. And there would be a hole in the ground where you could probably jump across it, but it was wider than the rest of the quote-unquote creek. And there we would fish, and we would catch as many fish as we wanted. It never was over by the bridge or in an easy, accessible place. It was always in one of the hardest places you had to get to. Because my dad knew that a lot of people wouldn't take the extra effort to go and find a secret place or a place where no one got to. And that's usually where you could find the most fish or whatever. And it spoke a lot to me today about how we view God. God's got so many great secret places he can hide us and secret places he can talk to us. But it's for those that are willing to go out of the way and do the hard work, crossing the fields full of whatever and climbing across the barbed wire fence of Satan, so to speak. It's never so much about Satan as it's just about ourselves. I feel like if we could win against ourselves, then that's the biggest culprit. I don't feel like the devil's anywhere near the biggest culprit. Is just, I think the biggest enemy of my soul is me. But if you go a little extra, if you go out of the way, if you try a little harder, if you walk a little further, if you withstand the wiles of the enemy or fend off the raging bulls of the field, so to speak, you will find a great place. And not many people go there. And the reason why it's so plentiful, and the reason why we always found more fish than everybody else, is because not many people were willing to go that far to fish. And I'm thankful that my dad was. I'm thankful that memory come into my mind today. And I taught it to my Sunday school class, and the little Sable girls come up to me and told me they like to fish, and that's kind of where they like to go fishing. So so it was a great Sunday. So anyway, the podcast keeps rolling on there. Hope everybody has a great Monday. Monday's coming up, and it's going to be a great day. Y'all have a good one. Bye.